I grew up gay and in Wales. It was a harrowing time. Now, there's two sides to Wales, a bit like England. South Wales is quite built up, that's where Cardiff is, and the north is the countryside. And I live behind Snowdon on this tiny peninsula, but everyone has the mindset of 20 years ago. And in honour of it being Pride Month, I thought, why not reflect on some of the awful things that happened to me, purely because I was a puff. I couldn't even order food without being abused. I worked in this restaurant, and some of the chefs were my best mates, and other ones were my mortal enemies. One day before my shift started, I ordered a portion of prawns. Should be simple enough, right? I paid for them, and these were like £15 prawns. It was not a cheap establishment. I went by, no customers had turned up, and I kept telling the chefs I need these prawns to fuel myself for the stampede that's on its way. And they kept saying, nah, you're not a paying customer. We only serve real customers here. Get out my face. And there was no pure logic behind it because I had paid for it. I go up to the bar staff and go, I can't believe what's happening. They're starving me. And the straight, muscly man from the bar walks in the kitchen and goes, what's going on with these prawns? I went halves on those. So sorry, mate. We'll make them right now. Didn't know you were involved. And they whipped them up in 5 minutes and presented them to him. No questions asked. I was just an easy target as I was bent. And even when I would get my entitled staff meal, they'd like to make it difficult for me. I always used to get chicken nuggets and chips like a child. And I'd ask, can I have 2 extra nuggets instead of chips? And they would say no. But then give other members of staff who weren't gay whatever they wanted. And one day, to get my revenge, they asked me for drinks, so full fat Coke, Diet Coke, etc. I brought them all the opposite of what they wanted in shot glasses. And they said, what is going on? And I said, it's not quite what you asked for, but it's close enough, isn't it? And then I made all the other bar staff vouch to not serve them beverages until they apologised, and they all eventually did. This next one's a bit long-winded, as in it took many years, I'm talking 10 plus, for the full story to take form. I went to my friend's house for dinner, and at the time I was vegan, so I voluntarily became a gay vegan. And her lovely mother made me a vegan chicken chow mein, so obviously just chow mein. And we had a lovely sweet time. My trousers even ripped, and my friend sewed them back together. And then years later, I was at my friend's 30th birthday. There was a lady there who said, who are you with the blue eyes? Do you not remember me? I came to your house for chow mein 11 years ago. Oh my god, yeah! I had to tell my husband to leave the house because a gay vegan was coming for dinner and he wouldn't have liked it. Oh, wow. And obviously I don't have an issue with her. She was accommodating, she fed me and adhered to my dietary requirements, which were completely optional. I grew up in Nevin, the same place that Duffy comes from, which is my claim to fame. On the beach, there's this large concrete structure that protects the houses from being washed away by the sea. They call it the break. And we always used to wait for the tide to get high enough to jump off it. But when you're a child, you're silly and competitive. I heard someone say, I'm not having a gay man jump off the break before I do. And I heard this and sprinted for the edge and ran off to make a point. The water was not deep enough and I nearly snapped both my legs. And when I landed, I heard them go, ooh. There wasn't many youth activities to do in this rural area. So we would all congregate on the beach and do activities, and I would go just like everyone else, but there would still be a group of lads being like, what is he doing here? He's gay. And this carried on into my adult life. I remember being stood at a pub and this guy walked up to me and told the person I was speaking to, watch yourself, you know, he's a bender. The person I was talking